Okay, so I think most of you got this because this is the little foldable that we started last week. You do not have the inserts. Some of my classes did it yesterday, so some of you do have it, but not many. So I wanted to make a video because I did upload this with the worksheet that you all need to do. And so you can have this as a resource. So we talked about net force, and we can find out if they're balanced or unbalanced, right? Well, things that take place with unbalanced or even balanced forces are speed, velocity, and acceleration. All right, so if you flip it over here, speed is simply how fast an object, sorry, my lights went off on me, and there we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. So speed is simply how fast an object is traveling. In other words, it's the distance an object moves in a given amount of time. Okay, and something that I really want to go over is our triangle. Because I noticed yesterday, some of us still are not seeming like we get this. We have distance over speed and time. Okay, so when we have this triangle, if we are solving for speed and we cover up our little s, we are left with d over t. So I am going to divide my distance with my time, right? Distance divided by time. Now, if I am solving for time, I'm going to need distance divided by speed because it's d over s. If I am trying to solve for distance, I am going to do s times t because they are side by side, okay? With any problem, if you are giving two of these variables, then you're obviously looking for the other one. If you write this out and you plug it in and look at it, it is very, very, very simple, okay? So over here, what we added in yesterday, some of us, was speed is how fast something is moving. All right, here again is that formula for it. The units that are commonly used, y'all need to understand these units, all right, because units are different for each thing. And when we see units, it should kind of tell us, hey, we're talking about speed, or no, we're talking about velocity, or no, this is acceleration, right? So your distance is always going to have something over something. So m/s would be meters per second, or km over h would be kilometers per hour. All right, and here is our visual for it. So it's the time it took and the distance it traveled. So the car is traveling at a speed of 20 meters per second. That's how we would read that. On this next part, velocity is how fast an object is traveling in a given direction, okay? So velocity, we have speed in it, is included, right? But how fast is speed? We're adding direction. So in other words, velocity includes both speed and direction. So over here, velocity is the rate that includes speed and direction of a moving object. Now, we look, it's almost the exact same formula up here, but we've included in a certain direction. All right, so now our picture over here is they added direction in. That's all that we added. Same picture, added that. So this car is traveling at a velocity. Those lines are not big enough. 20 meters per second west. So it turned into velocity when we added our direction. All right, acceleration is the change of an object's velocity. Since velocity involves both speed and direction, acceleration changes when an object's speed increases or decreases, or if its direction changes, sorry. So acceleration includes speed and velocity. Okay, so we start with speed, how fast something is, so distance over time. Then we add in distance over time plus direction. Now we're looking at distance over time and direction and whether they change or not. Okay, so if something speeds up, slows down, or the direction changes. So that's what is there on our summary. The formula is change in velocity and time it takes to change that velocity. So units commonly used, which you will always see, meters per second squared. All right, because we have more variables in this. Then the car is speeding up. That's acceleration because it's going faster. The car is slowing down. So that's also acceleration. And remember in class when we were talking about this, speeding up would be positive acceleration. Slowing down, negative acceleration. Remember, we don't use accelerate as just meaning speed up. And the car is changing direction, so maybe it was heading north and then it started going northwest. That's also acceleration. So acceleration does not just mean speed up. It means speed up, slow down, change direction, start, stop. All of those things are acceleration. Then if you flip over on the back, so remember on the front, we started with speed, then we have velocity, now we have acceleration, right? Speed, time it takes, and distance traveled. Velocity includes speed, but we added direction. Acceleration is a change in one of those two things. All right, so if we flip it over and look at our flow chart on the back, acceleration encompasses everything, right? So it's up here at the top. Then we have velocity right under that. Okay, velocity is made up with speed and direction, and speed is made up with time and distance. So in order to find speed, I have to have time and distance. In order to find velocity, I need speed and direction. In order to find acceleration, I'm going to need a change in this or that. All right, so you need to understand this flow chart because when you do, it's much easier to figure out the difference between acceleration, velocity, and speed. Okay, so this is a very good foldable for you to do or have whenever you are doing this assignment right here that I also linked to it. All right, on this one, you are looking for the measurements, units of measurement. So if I have miles per hour, that's miles over hour, right? That's going to be speed. So it gives you the things that you will be using up there. So since that's speed, you'll just write speed there. In this box, you need to do the flow chart. I know I just had it on the video, and that's fine. You can copy it from there. Copying it, hopefully, will help you remember. All right, down here, you are going to complete the formulas. And remember, I think both of these formulas, actually, I know force is on your reference sheet, your star periodic table reference sheet. So if you cannot remember that, you can look it up there. But you need to get that done, get it completed, because that will be a grade. And there will be another video on one more worksheet that will be posted for Friday this week. So make sure you're doing this. And if you have any questions, please let me know.